I started to astral project around age 15. It's probably when my first projection occurred. Ever since I was like an infant, I would wake into paralysis several times a cycle, so all throughout the day and the night. It would happen many times because I have a brain defect that causes this to happen. It would allow me to project. So when I was a kid, I didn't have control over my sleep paralysis hallucinations, and they were typically very disturbing. And the easiest way for me to get away from them was to actually travel away from this imagery. And the only way you can travel away from this imagery is take your awareness off your physical body, because they are a manifestation of your brain. So that's what I did, and I ended up projecting eventually. And I'm pretty sure it started around 15. I was subconsciously projecting. I didn't really know I was doing it, and I wasn't remembering what was happening. But I think around 18, I started to do it consciously and actually invoke it myself on demand. And then I started documenting it last year. So I've been projecting consciously for 4 years. I've seen all the craziest hallucinations you can think of. I've seen all of the Silent Hill characters before I've even watched the Silent Hill movie, because I've seen so many of these weird characters with like 5 heads and like swords for arms and stuff like that, and they spit out acid. That's what you get with sleep paralysis hallucinations in the dark, unfortunately. But the more you enter this state, the more control you have over your hallucinations. So I started getting control over them around 18, probably maybe a bit earlier, and I no longer see like really disturbing things, and when I do, it just doesn't faze me. And I sometimes even have pleasant hallucinations. So my recent one was I was seeing my clothes and blankets flying around. Like I would actually push them up against the ceiling and then let them fall down with thought. And that was pretty cool. And this is very vivid. It's probably one of the most vivid hallucinations I've ever had. Like it looked really real. Like I could feel the air of the blankets leaving my physical body. I could see their color and their texture. And unfortunately, the same will occur with very disturbing beings. You'll have hallucinations about messed up Silent Hill characters. If you're on my frequency, that is. I'm sure there's some people who have a higher frequency that don't really concern themselves with this stuff. But if you're an average person and you wake in sleep paralysis, odds are you can have a really messed up hallucination now and then. The more that I age, the less sleep paralysis episodes that I have. I used to hate them because they were so disturbing, but now I am starting to miss them because it only happens like every 3 days now, and it's getting less frequent. And I actually want this to occur like it did before, like several times a night, because I'm so big on altered states, and I want to do things like remote view, stuff like that, and teach people how to do this stuff as well. I believe part of the reason why I haven't made any beginner videos is pretty obvious. It's because I haven't started this kind of stuff in a traditional way. Like I haven't gone through the techniques that you can use. And that's how I got started with astral projection and other altered states. I'll see you next video.